Have you guys heard of the Snow Husband? It's a Native American tale. I want to say it's Algonquin. So story goes that there's this girl and she's like the fairest in the land. She's the most sought after. She's beautiful. She's popular. And one of her childhood buddies decides that he's gonna confess to her that he's in love with her. He's always wanted to be with her, and he goes up to her and tells her how he feels, and she laughs in his face. She publicly humiliates him, and he leaves. He's super, super depressed. He refuses to eat, and a lot of time has gone by, and the tribe is moving their camp. They're going somewhere else because winter's coming, and he stays behind because he's like stressy and depressed. He's staying in one spot, not moving, you know what I mean? Not eating at all. And he prays to his spirit animal, who then comes to him in a dream and tells him how to handle this because he's at the point where he wants revenge. He prays to the spirit, and it comes to him in the form of a wolf, and it tells him, okay, go do this. And he listens. The next morning he goes out and he grabs some bones and some wet rags, and he like pushes it all together into the form of something. And then he grabs snow and he keeps molding it, and then he says some magic words that the wolf told him to say, and then it comes to life. It comes into being, and he gives it a name which I can't remember, but he quickly catches up with the tribe. He brings his buddy with him, his little snowman buddy. This snowman is accepted as a real human. Everybody's fooled. They think it's real. Everybody's drawn to it. They think he's just an interesting guy, I guess. The one who's most drawn to him happens to be the girl who was the fairest in the land. And he continues to get close to her, and then they eventually announce that they're going to get married. They get married, and then maybe like a month goes by, and the snowman says, hey, I need to go. And she's like, no, you're not going to go out on your own. I'm going to come with you. And he's like, okay, well, that's fine. And they start taking off on this journey. He's like trying to avoid the sunlight because it's getting closer to spring. And he's like keeps walking under the trees and stuff. And she like keeps asking if something's wrong, and he's just getting quieter and quieter. And he's kind of starting to walk through the trees and avoid the path. The snow's melting. It's getting closer to spring, and it's cutting up the girl's feet. And she's like in pain and she's bleeding, but she's like trying to stick by her husband's side. She loves him and she doesn't want to leave him. So she's trying to follow along. He kind of wanders off into the trees a little bit, not too far off. She can still see him. But she's just trying to stick to the road because there's less things on the path. There's less like twigs and rocks and whatnot, and her feet are all busted. She notices her husband collapse, so she goes running to him, and then when she gets there, she finds nothing but a pile of like mush, mud, rags, and bones. So now she's all alone with a pile of mud and bones and nothing to feed her, keep her warm, or anything. She has nothing to survive, and she's too far away from anyone to help herself or to get anywhere. So she's a goner, and she's heartbroken because her husband is a pile of bones. Join me next time for more stories from the other world.